Hey, what's up, friends? Ray with Dog at Works. How y'all doing? So have you ever lost a tool that was just in your hand, literally like 5 minutes ago, and then you spent like 15 or 20 minutes trying to find it? Believe me, I've done it more times than I care to admit until I started organizing my shop. You know, a while back I did a video about how, my shop's a dumpster fire and this and that. Well, I'm getting better. I'm far from perfect, nowhere near finished, but I made progress. And the biggest piece of progress that I made is this. What I did was I moved my lathe away from the wall, and now I'm turning in between my lathe and my wall, and this lets me have this entire piece of real estate for storage. If your lathe is up against the wall, then you have to be reaching over rotating machinery, your blank, your lathe, the chucks, all that stuff, and it's bad. Or you got to kill it every time you just want to grab something. So I moved all this behind me. And the key component of it is the magnets. And they're just these. I pick these up, Harbor Freight, all the time, $5. When you get them on sale, they're $3. 18-inch magnets. And this is just a 2x6. This was part of my old lathe. It's stand, and that's why it's full of holes. I just repurposed it, used deck screws. Get them by the tub, and I just went into the studs right here. So that's what this is. And the whole purpose of this one board is to hold these magnets because, I don't have a wall. It's not finished. This is just a garage. And so this is also 2x6s that were just laying outside, and I didn't measure them. I just grabbed what was laying around. I didn't cut nothing. I just started deck screws into the wall. And I'm not much of a carpenter, not much of a framer, anything like that. So I did 2 screws per stud that way. And then you can't really see it, but I just took a decking screw and at each stud went up. So it's like this. I don't even know what kind of joint that's called. But, and this one here is so it's a shelf, but it's because these will stay up, but they'll eventually slide down. So that's all it is to hold that. So the magnets, I tried 2 here because I thought it would maybe help these from rolling around. But what I more need to do is cut some scallops or maybe just use a flap disc and put some grooves in there. But it works. The shorter tools, you can just it's really handy. Then I've got more along here. So, I've got all my calipers for cutting tenons, step drives, drive centers, all that good stuff. Down here where I don't have magnets mounted, it's just a shelf, I started putting my chucks up onto here. This is an idea. It's kind of a take. I seen Dreadnought do some videos on it. His was a lot more involved. All I did for this was I took a 2x12 and put some shims up underneath and just screwed straight through the shims. So this board, you want to come around here, babe, and just kind of, this board is actually, or if you can right in here and then see this. This board is kicked out at an angle, maybe 10 degrees, maybe 15 degrees, and rocking backwards. And like I said, that's just the shims. And I screwed straight through the shims, and that puts that at an offset angle. These dowels are too big. These are 1 inch. So 7/8 would be perfect. I could turn them down. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll just turn them down just a fraction so that the holes are still good. I haven't glued them in yet. So the holes would still be good. I'll just turn these down. That's a thought. Maybe turn these down, a fraction of an inch right here. These are longer than they need to be anyways. But that's the thought on there. And that's got a lot of stuff up off the ground. I also have this tool tray here. And this is usually, I'll be turning here, set something down here, move over, grab another one. And then at the end of the day, I can send them back up here if I need to, or, you know, these are my most used ones down here. So these tool carts are good. And then I've also got big, heavy stuff down there. There's coring systems, steady rests, all that good stuff. This is like a broom holder. Cheap and flimsy from Harbor Freight, but these are my axe carbide tools. Problem is they're stainless steel. They don't stick to the magnet. So I needed another solution. So they just kind of go down there. Those are flimsy. This was another type of broom holder, and it wasn't really holding the tools that well. They would just kind of slip out, but it's not bad for a tool rest. It doesn't, this should come out with it, and then you could push it back in easier. So that's an idea there for the tool rests. But yeah, you can literally spend 15, 20 minutes of wasted time looking for a tool that you just had, and you set it down over here. But if you put something back where it goes, you're going to increase your production who knows how many fold, right? Because I've spent hours running around looking for tools, looking for sandpaper, looking for this. And it's just one of the best time-saving things that you can do as a wood turner or as a worker or woodworker in general, is just having your tools somewhat organized, at least somewhat. And, you know, the problem is shavings. You know, these things get everywhere, and you got to find a mounting and a storing solution where they just kind of fall through and they don't build up and collect in it. So I've messed with the PVC pipe before. I had it on my other lathe, but I use my magnets a lot at my workbench for my chainsaws. And I was like, well, you know, we'll try it over here and on this. And it just seems to really help out. It's really helped my productivity out, having you know, things a little more organized. So, all right, thanks for checking it out, friends. We'll catch you next time.